Are you guys excited to be here? We are back, baby, in person. I am excited. So many beautiful people in this room. I'm just happy to be here. Okay, do I need to turn this off? Yep. All right, can you hear me? Yes. All right. I gotta say, the worst thing on a national agenda is to see that you're following Brandon Brown, especially with a marketing message, because marketing is boring. We all know that. You would rather me stand up here and tell you how to sell more ultimates, and frankly, I would love to be able to do that, but I don't sell that many ultimates, so they gave me a marketing message instead. By the way, how do I start this? There we go, perfect. So, marketing is not sexy, but it is important. And along with showing up to conferences, role-playing your scripts, it's something that does improve your sales drastically just down the road. It's that delayed gratification that we all hate hearing about. So we probably have a whole lot of different perspectives and levels of experience in the room. So just quick show of hands. Who has never sent out any marketing to their customers? Oh, great. All right, good. Perfect. Who puts together their own marketing and sends it all out themselves? Nice. Yes, Mr. Dowd, the most successful at doing that for sure. His customers line up to come see him. Who hires someone else to put together and send out their marketing? All right, the delegation team. Awesome. That is what Seth and I do, by the way. We use Vast Action. All right, so some steps to successful events marketing. Number one, capture people's information. I'm gonna break these down, by the way. We're gonna keep going through them. This is just a little overview here. Next, create loyalty to you. Create interest in the event itself. Drive people to see you at the event. And sell more Cutco. That's what we're all here for, right? So this is what you want your marketing to do for you. And if it isn't doing this, then you should reevaluate your marketing. And as you guys can see, I did add some snazzy PowerPoint transitions just to liven this puppy up a little bit. So if you aren't impressed with my marketing messages, you will probably be impressed with my PowerPoint skills. So we got Michael Scott here, PowerPoint. How many people watch The Office? All right, cool. How many of you, I'm curious, how many of you have tried watching The Office, but like it's just not the show for you? Okay, you all can leave right now, okay? Clearly you cannot be taught. All right, so first we need to capture people's information. So who are we capturing? New customers. Obviously we're capturing their information from their order, right? But it's important that they know what to expect after the transaction is complete. Because every other person at that fair or home show they make a purchase from, they are never gonna hear from again. So they need to know why you're different. I tell customers, I'm gonna be your sales and service rep. I'm gonna keep in touch. I email out a newsletter once a month that has recipes, tips on the knives, other fun content. I also let you know when I'm in the area for those sharpening events I told you about, or other shows like this. Plus, we have a big sale twice a year I let you know about. So make sure you read those emails. Because I don't want people to unsubscribe as soon as they hear from me, right? Service requests. When people need sharpening, and you're either gonna do a service call or invite them to your next service event or send them factory instructions, collect their info so you can add them to your database. And once again, let them know you're gonna be keeping in touch. Future customers. How many of you know what a future customer list is? Oh, I'm so excited. Oh, okay. So, Seth kept nagging me about this for years, about adding people to my future customer list, and I did not do it. I finally listened, okay? So when you work with a good prospect, and you've gone through everything, you've dropped down, you've done all of Brandon's hypnotic magic, and they're just still not buying, okay? And it's not the right time for them, maybe. You say, no worries, I understand Cutco is a big investment. If it's just not the right time for you, that's fine. If you're cool with it, I can just grab your info and add you to what I call my future customer list. You'll get my monthly newsletters with recipes, tips on the knives, bad jokes, and it'll give you access to my preferred customer discounts so that when you are ready, I can be the one to earn your business. Is that fair? Or what do you think 9 out of 10 people say? Yeah, if they're serious, right? If they're not, then we don't want to work with them anyway, okay? And then you add them to your database. and you add them to your content emails and your sale emails and the event invites, and they get everything, right? Just like you would to your customers. So I met a customer named Chelsea and her husband, not that Chelsea, she already has Cutco, and her husband at the State Fair, Texas in 2019. I spent forever pitching them on all the sets, dropping down, but they didn't end up buying. Instead of getting upset about it, because at the end of an interaction, sometimes you're just frustrated, right? I expressed my appreciation and gratitude for them for spending time with me today, and I added them to my future customer list. And 2 years later, in the middle of the State Fair of Texas, I get the following text message from Chelsea. Hi, thanks so much for keeping in touch. We are finally ready to come by our set, and we will be at the fair on Wednesday. What specials do you have for the fair again? Probably not the big block, just the housewife set. What's the housewife set she's talking about? The homemaker, right? That's what she saw online, the homemaker. She's like the housewife one. So what do you think I sold her and her husband when they came to the fair? No, because I am good at my job. I sold them an Ulti with steak knives, flatware chest, legacy cookware, accessory package with all the gadgets, full complete Cutco kitchen with the hunting knives. And at the end, I hand the husband the receipt and my little trifold brochure that Vast Action makes that has all the little packages in there. And he sees all the additional knives at the bottom. And he goes, those are all like the Santoku style knives, the gourmet paring knives, all those extra ones. And he asked what it is. And I said, oh, well, those are our extra knives. They don't come in your set. And he goes, well, I want to own every piece of Cutco that you make. So we then added the Fanatic set, which is the other 11 knives that don't come on the Ultimate that you do in a signature block that goes next to it. And we also added the garden tool set, because I had forgot about that. And he wasn't joking when he said he wanted to own everything we make. And all of that happened because I took 3 more minutes to take down their information after our first interaction, and I kept in touch with them for 2 years over valuable content emails. And I did nothing else. I just put them in my database and moved on with my life. Okay? But when they were ready, they weren't just going to walk up to some rando at the Cutco booth, and they weren't going to go buy it online. They came specifically to see me. That is the power of good marketing. Not just marketing, good marketing. So let's talk about the difference. That's who you need to be. Get those numbers. All right, so we need to create loyalty to you. The point of our marketing is to continue the conversation past the first time you saw them. And as nice as you are and as fun as you are, they probably don't remember much after that first interaction. So we keep the conversation going through our content marketing. It's the biggest key to this whole thing. And it's where most reps skimp the most, or they don't put in any real effort. Or they outsource their marketing to somebody else, but they have no real idea what their marketing is even saying. So here's a tale of 2 grocery stores. I have rewards with 2 grocery stores near me, so they both have my email address. One emails me twice a week with sale, 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 guess what's on sale? Oh my gosh, there's a sale. And one emails me once a week with recipes, fun holiday facts, tips on hosting, plus here are also some sales. So guess which one I unsubscribed from? Yeah, sale, 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 right? So as a Cutco rep, you can only say, hey, I've got a deal on Cutco. Hey, there's a sale on Cutco. Hey, guess what? I'm still selling Cutco. You can only say that so many times. This other content in your emails is your excuse to be touching base with your customers. And guess what? Writing and personality matter. One thing that's always a common theme when you hear Brandon deliver any message, he talks about language. The words that you choose, the visions that you can paint, the pain points you can drudge up, the objections you can draw to the surface, the emotions and feelings that you can cultivate within a customer. Language is a very powerful thing. And your email marketing is your opportunity to communicate with your customers using intentional language delivered in a digital format. So when people open your emails, think about this for a second. When people open your emails, what kind of impression do you want to make? What kind of reputation do you want to build? What kind of impact on customer engagement and customer loyalty do you want to have? Okay? If you're trying to do the bare minimum, a few pictures of Cutco and a link to a blog you're doing yourself a disservice. And people are not going to care enough to open your emails in the future. And most of us as busy Cutco reps have a hard time finding the time to do everything we would like to do, including writing all of our own marketing emails. So you can outsource it, but make sure it's good, okay? That's why Seth and I have used Fast Action for so many years, because they deliver messages that feel personal. They're intentional about adding things to an email to make it feel human, unique, in alignment with your brand. I send them baby pictures that they put into, their emails every single month that we send out, and it doesn't just look or feel corporate. Okay? Add your pets, add your spouse, add your pictures from your recent trip, add your Christmas pictures, add your family. Your content email marketing is your opportunity to sell yourself to your customers. They already have Cutco. Okay? That stuff sells itself. I hate to be the one to tell you guys, but we have the easiest sales job in the world because our product is so good. They need to see and learn more about you. Because they can get Cutco in a lot of ways. I don't know if you realize this. Cutco store, Costco, some other rep, Cutco.com, secondhand sellers like Amazon and eBay. So if you don't give them reasons to like you and to buy from you, especially when oftentimes it's more convenient for them to buy elsewhere, then you are not earning their repeat business and their referrals. So how can you help them get to know enough about you that they want to buy only from you, so that they wouldn't even consider buying somewhere else? What you want to do is provide extra value, like education, entertainment, service, help. And then they get even more than they expected from you. And then there is a psychological desire for reciprocation that happens. She helped me, so I want to help her. That's why you need to provide more than just sale offers. If all you ever send is sales, they'll eventually stop paying attention. Reciprocity, it's science. All right. Did you see that last transition? All right, I'll tell you a fun story. I was working at the Fort Worth Stock Show 2 years ago, and a man came up to me and said, out of the blue, and he said, "Hi, you don't know me, but I bought Cutco from you 3 years ago, and you've kept in touch with us ever since. I'm retired now, but I used to do marketing for multiple different companies, and I just have to tell you, you have the most appropriate marketing I've ever seen. Your stuff is always on brand. My wife loves the recipes and knife tips you send, and you provide stuff that's helpful to us, and you don't send too many emails. So thank you." And I was like, "Oh, I do work very hard on them, thank you." Amy makes me look good to my customers. You can't put a price on that. All right, so we want to create interest in the event. So which events should you market for, by the way? Anywhere you have customers in the area already, whether they've bought at that event before, but if they're in that area, you should market to them. Now, you will need to make some decisions on your marketing, like who, okay? Who's gonna receive your marketing? So this includes usually a mile radius. So the rule of thumb is a smaller radius for smaller events, a bigger radius for bigger events. But you just use your judgment. If it's a festival that's a few hours away and it's the only event you do out there all year, then expand your radius and try to drive more people out there to come see you. Tags, so people that you've tagged that have bought at this event before, even if they live far away. Some people drive far to come to some events every year, so add those people in too. And then type, I suggest inviting both past customers and prospects because they just might buy a Cutco kitchen from you. What to put in your marketing? Obviously, we want the event name, dates, location, right? What is the event? It's fun to add details like hours, maps, schedule, parking, anything else you feel like might be relevant or helpful. It's really cool to talk about what's fun to see at the event. Concerts, comedians, speakers, wine gardens, Santa, activities, okay? And then also make sure you put the Cutco booth location at the event. That's also really important. Don't leave that one off. How? All right, so what are the types of marketing? Emails, usually the least expensive because they're not really affected by the list size. You can send an email to 10 customers in your area or 1,000. Texting, it's low cost on small lists, obviously, higher cost for bigger lists. It's usually like 3 to 8 cents per text if you're using texting base, is kind of what it comes out to. So some people are spending $25 texting all their customers, and some are spending $500. Calls to top clients. This is free if you do it yourself, or you can pay an assistant by the hour. Voice drops. How many of you have ever sent a voice drop before? Oh, man. Oh, voice drops. Fast Action sets these up for us, but basically I pre-record a voicemail message, and then I send Fast Action a list of customers, and my message gets dropped into their voicemail box instantly to like hundreds of people instantly, and they hear my voicemail message inviting them to the event. It's awesome. Direct mail is usually the most expensive. That's things like postcards, letters, catalogs. Usually you're only going to use this for key events. Sometimes, though, it's the only thing you have for people. If you don't have an email or text message and you want to reach out to these people, that's a good option. And sometimes you can also just send print marketing to like your top customers in the list, maybe not every single person. And then social media, right? You can post to your millions of followers that you're going to be at the show this weekend. All right, so when are we going to get this? So before and during the event. So what we typically do is we'll send out an email anywhere from 3 days before the event, kind of leading up to it. And then if it's a long event, like a state fair, then we're going to send one again, okay, just to kind of re-engage with people halfway through. Texts. Usually I have texts set out to go the opening day of an event, just so it's fresh in their minds right when they get there. But you can start a few days before as well. Just make sure it's not on the same day as the email, right? We don't want to blow people up. We want to kind of hit them at different times. And then again, if it's a long event, send multiples. Calls or voice drops leading up to the event, 2 to 5 days out. Direct mail should land 3 to 10 days ahead of the event, leaving any extra space for mail delays. And social media you can do before and during the event. Santa. They're excited about the Santa. All right, so next we want to drive people to come see you at the event, okay? The point of your marketing is not just to try to get them excited about sales, because before any demo or service call or booth interaction, what do 50% of our customers say to us? I'm not going to buy anything. I'm not going to buy anything. So if you're only gearing your marketing towards those who are already interested in buying before they get there, you're going to cut the number of customers you see in half. Your event marketing should talk about what's in it for them to stop by the booth, even if they aren't planning to buy Cutco. So things like a drawing for a free Cutco. So this is for past customers, right? And on the drawing ticket, it asks for their name, phone number, email, zip code. So at the very least, they're excited to come fill it out, maybe win some free Cutco, and you can update the CRM. Sharpening. If it's a smaller event or far away, you might be doing sharpening at the event, but at any event, you can be signing people up for your upcoming service calls or service events. Referral program. Bring or send someone my way, you get free Cutco for it. Come say hi. I always put this in my marketing. So I have so many customers that just like to stop by and say hi, even when they don't need anything. Because they see my marketing emails, they typically have a reason to come talk to me about something too. Like, oh, how are you liking Minnesota? How was that vacation you just took? Do you have any baby pictures? Of course I do. She's adorable, right? But it just gives you that human connection, right? That human interaction. People have something to talk about with you, even if they're not wanting to buy knives when they first walk up. And so some people come see me every year, and some years they don't need anything because I've sold them everything. But every couple years, they go, well, actually, our daughter's getting married, so we probably need a set for her. Or we just got a lake house, so we need a new set for that. Or I brought my sister with me this year to buy Cutco from you. I've been hounding her for years. So I want to keep encouraging people just to come by and say hi to me every year, drop their name in the drawing, even if they don't need anything this time, because they always will again. And of course, deals on Cutco. We still promote show specials. We still want to sell Cutco. It's just not the only reason for them coming to see you, right? So I have a past customer, by the way, this is what their list should look like when they get it from you, okay? That's all the reasons why they should come see you. So I have a past customer, John, who came to see me at the Des Moines Home and Garden Show. And first day of the show, it opens at 9 a.m. And at 9:10, he and his wife, Pam, are at my booth asking what's new with Cutco and what specials we have. And at 9:25, we're writing up an order for an Ulti upgrade with 12 of the big steak knives. And as we were filling out the paperwork, I asked him, what else are you guys going to be checking out at the home show today? And he laughs and rolls his eyes and says, nothing. I build houses for a living. I don't need anything these guys are offering. We are leaving as soon as we finish up with this. So I ask, well, why did you come to the Home and Garden Show then? And he says, because you sent me a postcard. And we wanted to come see you, and we wanted to come check out what else we might add to our collection. So they paid $15 for parking, $25 to get in the door, just to come buy Cutco from me because I sent them a postcard. That interaction paid for my entire show's marketing, plus I sold another $8,000 to other past customers of mine there. That's the power of good marketing. So no matter what brought them to the booth, you have an opportunity to reconnect with them, update their contact info, add to their wish list, and if you're good at your job, maybe sell them some more Cutco too. So let's talk about how to do that. How to sell more Cutco. Pretty simple. Sell more Cutco. I'm not going to talk about how to sell more Cutco because you have like 20 other messages this week that are all going to talk about just that. But just know that a lot of top CSPs will have between 30 to 50% of their event sales come just from their repeat customers. And having their own customers around the booth, even if they aren't ordering, still helps draw in other people and helps get more sales because of testimonials and social proof. How many of you have had that happen? That's pretty fun, right? Even when they can't buy something, they're standing at the booth, they're like, oh my gosh, we love Cutco, we love Kelly, we have the big set, you know, we started small, but we added over time, you should just do the big set. And you're like, awesome. Or sometimes they really screw you over and they're like, all you need is the trimmer, just. You're like, shh, shh. So here's a few examples. At the TGP State Fairs in 2022, so that is the State Fair of Texas, Oklahoma State Fair, and Tulsa State Fair, these were our top reps in terms of past customer business. So Josh Moeller sold $123,000 just to his past customers. Chelsea Rodriguez, $75,000. Brian Carter, $71,000. Calvin Lopez, $58,000. Carlton Thompson, come on, Carlton, $47,000. Okay? Damn! That's a lot of Cutco sold to people who already have a lot of Cutco. Some of you are like, I'd love to sell $123,000 total this campaign or this year. And that's what Josh Moeller is selling at 3 events, just to his own past customers. That is the power of good marketing. So, our takeaways. If you're going to do it yourself, 3 tips I will give you. Number 1, it is most efficient to plan out your marketing at the beginning of the year and only come back for adding details later. This keeps you from scrambling last minute, and this allows you to look at your overall strategy, how all the types of emails and marketing fit together in your calendar, okay? So number 1, plan your marketing at the beginning of the year. Number 2, good content and value-adding emails are an important part of your overall marketing strategy. Those are what will help keep their eyes on your emails so that they actually will open them and see the event invite, sale invite, service offer when those things come up. And number 3, you need to plan for it financially. So even if you're doing it yourself, you're still going to need money that goes to pay for your CRM, texting-based account, email marketing, print marketing, voice drops. So start a marketing savings bucket, put money aside for it every month. Use your Cutco Holdings account. It's great. So guys, good marketing is an investment and will lead to future revenue. The hard part is that you can't always draw a direct line of attribution. Remember that good marketing is an overall program, not just an attempt to drum up business for your next show with a one-off sales email. So I know this is a lot. I personally don't suggest you try to do it all yourself. You can outsource some or all of it if possible. We always recommend using Fast Action just because they've been doing this for so long. They're so good at it, and we get phenomenal results. So Seth and I are both very much set it and forget it type of people. So we let the marketing experts handle our marketing so we can focus on what we do best, which is peddling those kitchen knives. Now, of course, your marketing is probably not going to drive Josh Moeller level results instantly, but if you don't start doing it now, it never will get to that point. So it has to start somewhere to be something you can build on. You just have to set it up correctly and trust in the process. So I'll leave you with this one question. What is the next step that you are going to take to up-level your event marketing?